this lesson, we're going to be finding areas of sectors of a circle. Well, you might be asking yourself, what's a sector? It is a shaded region. Just like we have here in number 1, here is our shaded sector. Here is this shaded sector, and here is a smaller one. So there's points to remember that we must apply. We are going to be using the area formula to find the area of the circle or the sector. Also, we're going to be using our skill of setting up a proportion where we will have part over whole. We have the sector, which is part of the circle, over the whole circle degrees, and we must always remember that 360 degrees is equal to the area of the sector over the area of the whole circle. So the sector degrees, the area of the sector, the area of the circle, that will always change. But we must remember there are 360 degrees in a circle. So let's look at the directions. They're asking us to find the area of the sector and use 3.14 for pi, which means our answer is going to be rounded. And then, if necessary, we're going to round our answer to the nearest whole number. Well, number 1, they actually give us the area for this whole circle. So we are able to right away go to setting up a proportion. Well, remember, in the proportion that we have up here, we need to go to the sector degrees. So I'm going to put 243, the amount of degrees, over 360, the degrees of the circle. The area of the sector is what we're trying to find, so that is going to be x. But for this first problem, they gave us 113 inches squared for the area of the whole circle. So if you remember with solving proportions, you do cross products. And I'm kind of circling our multiplication that we're going to be doing. And if you look at that orange circles, they kind of look like a multiplication sign. So it reminds you, yes, you do need to multiply. So I'm going to multiply 360 times x is 360x. 243 times 113 is 27,459. Now we know we must divide by 360 to find our x. So our x is going to be equal to, and it is, remember, a rounded answer, and it is 76 inches squared. And that is our area of the sector. So there it is for our first problem. Well, the first problem, they were very nice. They gave you the area of the circle. But notice for number 2, we don't have the area of the circle. So we're going to have to start off by finding the area of the circle. We do know that that's 90 degrees. But I don't know the area of the whole circle. I'm going to separate my first problem from my second problem like I always do, so our thoughts don't run together. And we're going to find the area of the circle that's given to us up above. We know we must start off by area is equal to pi r squared. Well, our area is going to be equal to, again, this is for the whole circle, is 3.14. And I see I have a radius here of 8, and we're squaring that. Well, you know, order of operations, we must go ahead and do that first. So area is equal to 3.14, and 8 times 8 is 64. When we go ahead now, and we need to multiply the 3.14 times 64, I'm going to kind of round, and it is a rounded answer, but I'm not even going to round to the nearest whole number. I'm going to put it to 2 decimal places because our final answer is going to be affected if I round it too much. So it was 296 hundredths, and this is miles squared. And remember, this is for the circle. So that's going to help us now be able to find our answer for the sector. So we're going to now go to our proportion because we have enough information that we need. So I'm looking at it, and this is a 90, so it is 90 over 360. Those are our degrees. We do not know the area of the sector, but we do know the area of the circle was approximately 200.96. Again, we're going to do our cross products. That's how we solve proportions. Whoops, cut that 200 a little bit there. So it is 360x equals, now I'm going to multiply my 200.96 times my 90, and I get 18,086.4. The very last step, of course, we're going to divide both sides by 360. And we get, for the area of our sector now, and I'm just going to give you to 2 decimal places, and we're going to round it to the nearest whole number. It is 50.24, and that's going to be miles squared. But remember, we wanted our answer to the nearest whole number, so we're looking at that too. So the area for this sector, and that's what we were looking for, is going to be equal to, we're going to round it to 50, and that would be 50 miles squared because our units are always squared. And this actually is the answer that we were looking for, the area of the sector. All right, well, let's look at the third problem. The reason I gave this problem is because I'm looking at the circle, and I do have a sector. It's 50 degrees. Oh, but this number is smack dab near my center of my circle. So believe it or not, that is going to be our diameter. But area is equal to pi r squared. We need to have a radius. So I know that a radius is equal to just cutting your diameter into 2 pieces. So my radius is going to be equal to 10 divided by 2, and that is equal to 5. So we will definitely be using that problem, the radius right here, when we're trying to find the area of the whole circle. So starting off, we're going to first find the area of the circle because we need that for our proportion. So again, area is equal to pi r squared. Our area is equal to, they said use 3.14. The radius was 5 squared. Again, we know we have to do 5 squared, which is like 5 times 5. So I'm writing area is equal to 3.14. 5 times 5 is 25. Finally, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to multiply those 2 together, and I get 78.5, and that's for the whole circle, and it's centimeters squared. So we are going to use this number now in our proportion as we're setting it up. So with setting up the proportion, I'm going to go to my sector degrees over my circle degrees. So it's 50 over 360 is equal to, we do not know that area, but we do know the area of the whole circle was 78.5. Now, just going ahead and doing again our cross products. And I'm going to move my work over here a little bit. I'm going to write 360x for my cross products, and then 50 times 78.5 is going to be equal to 3,925. Again, I'm dividing both of these by my 360. And as I do that, I end up getting approximately, again, that would be x is equal to 10.9, but they asked for the whole number. So looking here and going one over, I'm going to round my x to 11. So the area of the sector is 11, and notice it's centimeters squared. There is the answer that they are looking for this problem. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to box all of the answers that we were looking for. If this video was helpful to you today, please add a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more Math with Marsha. See you again soon.